Maybe you can see that curve as it comes around. You're going to turn it this way. And look at that. You can see the curve in there. You see it's not flat. You see it's not flat. You see that curve in there. Now this is for the serious student. You know, this is for the serious student. You can see that curve in there. You can see that curve in. You know, now we turn it sideways and you can see, well, you can see it in the front. You can see that curve in. You can see, but you can see that curve. You can see that curve. In the backside, you know, you can see the curve. You can dance it this way. You know, and we got tape on it. We got all the tape because we're still working on it. And bring it close up. Now we got more deeper films on this, but what we did, we put these spacers in. We shot liquid foam in here, and then we sanded it off. You know, we bent it, put the spacers in, bent it, and then we cut that off. But you can see. You can see the curve in it. You know, you can see that curve. You can see the 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 curve. And you can see that, and you see what's going. You can see what's going on there. That's a good shot of us putting the liquid foam in there and then cutting it off. We put a space in there to bend it. Put a liquid foam in there, and then we cut it off, and it keeps that permanent curve. You can see the curve in the front and the curve in the back. Now this is for the serious student that want to build something and keep it. You know, you use it for your class, but then keep it for a longer period of time. Serious students, you know, who thinking about, well, this might turn into something like the surfboard, a club, or you know, whatever, a deeper thing after school, out of school, down the road. The kids is working, not the kids, those young folks, or maybe not young, students, they'll plan on working on their master's work on their doctorate work. You know, this is a young, it's old, but it's pretty young because nobody's ever heard this stuff. And you guys are walking on water, but the world in general, they think it's some kind of joke. They think it's, but it's been around a long time, and we approach it as being serious. So we're a little sensitive about cardboard and all that kind of stuff, duct tape and all that. But so look at the better shoe without the duct tape on it, the netting, and then we got this bit of a shoe here. Now the black strips, the black strips here represent the wood rods. These wood rods, the black strips, basically represent the wood rods. You can put 2 in, you can put 3 in, but if you look at a surfboard, in the surfboard they call them stringers. You guys who know about surfing, they can call them stringers, and it gives the board a lot more stiffness. So you can put 2 in, you can put 3 in. Put as many in as you want to, but normally you don't need no more than 2 or so, because you're going to have a foot plate. Well, I'll get to it later, but you're going to have a foot plate. You're going to have a foot plate. Oh, here it is right here. I got it right here. You're going to have a foot plate across here. You're going to have a foot plate across here now the foot plate is what you stand on, you know. So here again, this is styrofoam. You got something to stand on. And that generally works like that. So you can work all that and you work that together, and that works like that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to move on into a little bit more, well, we're going to call it advanced, but a different look. And here again, this don't cost any more than the duct tape stuff, and it don't take any more time to put it together. You know, the netting just wraps around, and the same thing on this one, the netting just wraps around. You know, you just sew it together, hand sew it together, then it just wraps around. Of course, you can get more creative, and we suggest that you people get a little more creative. What we don't want to see every year the same thing. Every year this kind of, for element. Well, we don't. The wife teaches elementary school, but in elementary school, everything is dressed up. Everything is gusseted up, dressed up, prettied up. Everything's got to look pretty and look nice. You just can't. 2 + 2 is 4, and it's all over the paper now, nice and clean and straight and pretty. So we want to look at functionality, and cosmetics. Make it look good and work good. But we don't want to get it. We don't want to get too far. We don't get too far. Okay, so I think you can see this without any big problems. You can see that. I guess we'll turn it around. You can see that, and you see how we work that, and see how we've been working that, and you see how that works, and you see what we've done, and all of that, and you can see that, and you can see that, and you can see that. I've been accused of working a little too fast, and people, miss little things. That's why we kind of go over it a little bit more, so you can see what's going on. Now we're going to get into now we can get to another piece here, and we're going to keep working. What we want to do. Why are we doing all this stuff anyway? Maybe you guys can invite us up to us, like I said, to a Saturday power lecture. We come in the morning, stay all day, we build some shoes, and we chew the fat on water shoes. We chew the fat on water shoes, and all the good stuff. About water shoes, because water shoes is a deep subject. It's not just something that just started. They use a lot of these shoes in Chinese or Oriental military, and like I said, agriculture, catching fish and all this. And it was a very versatile shoe. You could stand up on it, you could sit down on it, you could lay down on it, you could sleep on it, put a little tent on it, put a sail on it, blase, and you could just go on, and then it folds up, and you could take it home. So here, we're going to go to our next piece. Okay, here we go. Now, what have we done? We went from our more stylized shoe that maybe take a little longer to build. It takes a little longer to build. That's this one. It takes a little bit longer to build, but it has little curves and shapes, and the thing looks a little pretty, and this and that and all that. We've gone to this shoe here. Now, just looking at it don't look that much different. But what we've done, we've suppressed the wood rods into the shoes. Well, maybe we'll turn it over so you can see it. Maybe we'll turn it over so you can see it a little better. But what we're going to do, we're going to flip it over quick, and so you can see just a little bit better what we're doing.